Hey, what's up YouTube? This is a quick video response to Landshark 22, which in turn was a video response to Roller Podger, and the title of the video was Prepperoni and Extra W.R.O.L. And basically, these guys were discussing the prepper movement in general. And Landshark asked for people to chime in with their 2 cents. So here is mine. Basically, I find this whole topic really interesting because that there's such division on this issue. I find that kind of fascinating. To me, it's plain and simple, black and white, cut and dry. People prep because we are a dependent, vulnerable society. I mean, seriously, we get everything we use from some other source besides ourselves. And if for any reason those sources go away, at best our living standard changes, and at worst we're totally screwed. So I think the people who are prepping are very aware of that fact, and maybe the people who aren't prepping who are just like whatever, I'll deal with whatever comes down the road. Maybe they're just they haven't really taken the time to think about it that much to realize that's the situation. I don't know. Again, I say for me it's really so simple, plain and simple, and black and white. Also, I have found no viable arguments against prepping. I mean, as long as you keep things in perspective and don't let prepping override other aspects of your life, and you don't forget to live your life in general, I mean, where's the downside? I've seen a lot of threads, people talking about this kind of stuff, and I've seen a lot of people attack other people about being crazy, end of the world people and all this stuff. But again, where's the argument that prepping is causes some sort of harm to you financially or psychologically or whatever? I mean, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any good arguments on that side of the fence. Also, I've saved a ton of money since I started stocking my pantry. I've saved a ton of money, and I always have, well, not always, but I pretty much have the food that I want on hand when I want it, which is pretty cool. When I used to live in New York City, I literally didn't keep anything in the house, and I would just cross the street to the supermarket or go to the 24-hour bodegas and pick up whatever I wanted, or go to the pizza shop or Thai food place or whatever. So it's completely different experience to actually have your food stocked up and actually in your house than to be dependent on having to go to the store every day or every other day to get your stuff. And in my point of view, it's a positive experience to have your food stocked up. Also, besides saving money, I've saved a ton of time from buying supplies ahead of when I need them. And I'm talking about just different types of like tools and lumber and building materials. And if I have to go out and I have to do some work on the car or something, if I happen to have an extra fuel filter that I bought, I'm just throwing this out there, but then I've got it in my tool shed, and I can just grab it and put it in there. I don't have to drive to the store. I don't have to wait for it to be ordered or anything like that. And I'll tell you, it's come up a couple times where I've literally saved myself a ton of time because I've had stuff on hand. So it's another serious positive point for prepping. And like I said, I'm going to make this short. So lastly, the last thing I want to point out is that I think there's also an innate characteristic of people's personality that prep, and this characteristic is that they try to figure things out and stay ahead of the curve. And speaking for myself, if I'm doing research online, if I've been following economics, reading all the economy blogs and all this stuff, and I'm piecing stuff together, and I realize that there's about to be a bank holiday, and I run out, pull out all my cash, and then there is in fact a bank holiday, well, you know, I take some satisfaction, and again, this is me personally, I take some satisfaction in having been able to read that and react before it happened. And in a sense, I guess you could say that it's, you know, you're sort of out smarting the system. And I would guess that a lot of preppers share that kind of quality in the personality that you know, they like to outsmart the system. And it's not, to be clear, it's not about outsmarting other people, or it's not about, you know, doing better than other people or anything like that. It's literally more like you, the individual, versus life itself. You know, like dodging the bullets life is shooting at you, or catching the dodgeball, something like that. Anyways, I'll stop it there. Later, YouTube.